I'm just at the official Strava start point for my assault on a spring mountain road climb, and it certainly does feel like a bit of an assault, because whilst the climb is only 6.8 kilometres and the first half is relatively gentle at 2 to 6% gradients, the second half is disgusting because the gradients are 10 to 13% the entire way, so you're standing out the saddle. From Strava I can see that the very best time up this climb is just over 20 minutes and a top 20 time is just under 25 minutes. I personally am going to be happy with anywhere really under about 28 minutes in all honesty. Let's see how I go. So once again it was time to faff around trying to get my phone and timer into my rear jersey pocket, to clip in clumsily and to teeter off in search of some personal KOM glory. And it's probably worth mentioning that I've only really started riding a bike in the last 8 or 9 months or so, having got into cycling really very late in life, aged about 44, through Zwift and the Watt Bike Atom. Well, if you imagine stringing together 3 to 4 of the climbs to the radio mast in Watopia, the second half of this climb felt not dissimilar to that, i.e. pretty tough indeed, but actually quite exhilarating, and I think I do have a little bit more left in the tank to push a little bit harder earlier on. I was trying to hold a bit of energy back in order to avoid burning out on the climb. Overall, it's 6.8 kilometres, 500 metres of climbing, and my time of 28.5 to 29 minutes, we'll see the exact time on the playback, I'm pretty happy with. Obviously nowhere near a top 20 in terms of a men's time, and FYI, a top 3 ladies' time would be about 29 minutes. Once again, and inexplicably, I find myself at the bottom of the Spring Mountain road climb, looking to undertake a third and final full frontal assault. Really seeking improvement on the last time and searching out a sub 27 minute time, looking to go a bit harder on the first third of the course. Well, obviously I'm not really very happy having stopped so close, I guess, to the top of Spring Mountain Road. I burnt myself out way too early at the bottom of the climb, and having had a decent little recovery, I'm going to have another crack at it. I forgot to hit start on the stopwatch, so I'll see what the time is when I get back. However, pleased to have completed that. I paced myself quite well, and as you can see, it's not like I found that easy. I was just around threshold, maybe a tad below at different points. Very happy with that. I'm back at the bottom of Spring Mountain Road. I'm really happy to have got that second climb under my belt. A bit of a rescue effort, given the disappointment of the first climb. And basically today's training again represents a couple of really good threshold efforts of around 28 to 30 minutes each. And I'll be really interested to see how the fitness I've gained on this holiday hopefully translates to improved racing performance on Zwift. And now it's time for another wine tasting. with Spring Mountain Road under my belt twice today. The obvious choice for my post-ride nutrition. Grapes are tiny. That's because in Napa, the trend is to dry farm and deny the grapes as much water as they'd otherwise want to keep them smaller, but sweeter and juicier. So this concludes post-workout nutrition, Napa style, and it's been a wonderful experience. Silverado, incredible views, wonderful wines, and Jacqueline, our host, she was absolutely incredible, told us so much about how the wine industry works out here. I should probably make it clear that post-gym or post a bike ride, I'm not flying straight out the door and downing a little flight of wines. A typical post-workout, post-ride meal would look something along the lines of this: plenty of salad, a little bit of protein, and some slow digesting carbohydrates. Dessert. Really liking this protein. It's natural, i.e. grass-fed protein. It's got stevia as a sweetener. It tastes great. It's low in carbs. 2 scoops gives you 25 grams of protein. I love this. Wish we had it in the UK, but generally, I'm a big fan of Special K. I love my cereals. Almond milk, always. And then, for the vitamin C, as many blueberries as you want. Plenty of low-fat carbs to replenish muscle glycogen and fuel the next training session. The blueberries deliver vitamin C and calm the body down after the workout. And obviously, the protein delivers the amino acids to help repair muscle damage. And how good does that look? Simple, but effective. I'm at the vitamin shop in order to find a natural supplement to help the body become better at building red blood cells and therefore better at transporting oxygen around the system, which will in turn improve my cardiovascular abilities. And this Hemoplex supplement contains vitamin C, vitamin E, various vitamin B, and also iron, and should do exactly that. And so I'm going to have a little experiment with it. ×1 nitro coffee, an all-American pre-workout, 185 milligrams of caffeine, and I'm instructed to shake well. Yeah, it tastes pretty good. Blah blah blah, Spring Mountain Road climb, blah 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 blah, high on the caffeine and carbs, blah 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 blah, full gas effort.
The final climb seems like it goes on forever, and every time you kind of get round one of the lovely sweeping bends, albeit at a glacial pace, you're hoping upon hope that the summit will be in sight, yet you kind of know you haven't yet done enough for that to be the case, and sure enough it isn't. It really does feel like you're stringing together 4 or maybe even 5 of the climbs to the radio tower in Watopia together in one. Now this climb really does force you up and out the saddle for quite long periods, and as I've demonstrated on the Watt Bike Atom and the Hub, that's not very efficient in terms of pedalling efficiency and the level of energy that's being consumed to achieve the wattage. But having read Geraint Thomas's book before I went on holiday, I realised that sometimes it is actually more efficient to stand, but you need to supplement that with little periods seated and trying to spin where the gradient ekes down a little bit in order to give some respite to the different muscle groups that are working at any given time.
Potentially about a minute faster than my best, I reckon. No, not a minute faster than my best, what am I saying? I reckon it'd be about 28:40 to 28:30 when all said and done. Oh dear. It's been an amazing summer, but I'm really excited about some of the stuff I'm going to get up to over the autumn, and I hope you join me in that also.